Reactions have been trailing the proposal by Russia's President Vladimir Putin on the terms for a ceasefire in the war with Ukraine. Ukrainian government has expressed skepticism about Russia ending the war, even if all of these demands are met. TVC's foreign affairs correspondent Moyo Thomas took some time out with a global analyst on what needs to be done to avoid the spread of the war.
Russia came up with a proposal for negotiations requesting that Kyiv withdraws its troops from the territory of the new Russian region and abandon its intentions to join NATO, a condition that has since been rejected by Ukraine and the US. A recent peace meeting in Switzerland may also not have made much headway.
So if we need to make genuine peace, we have to find a neutral ground. And of course, a lot of countries did not participate. Russia, China did not participate. Interestingly, Nigeria did not participate. I thought that was wise on the Nigerian side, because attending what is called a peace meeting without adversaries sitting is just a waste of time, like the Russians described it. So I think the two sides are far off from reaching a common ground.
Mr. Charles believes the West plays a pivotal role in seeing an end to the war.
At the start of this war, just 3 months to the start of this war, there was almost an agreement in Turkey. There was almost an agreement in Turkey. In fact, a draft agreement had been prepared, in which Ukraine decided to give up her ambition to join NATO and to implement this, what they call the Minsk Accord that ended the war in 2014.
The continued war has also raised fear from some quarters, even as President Putin continues to quote the friendship of America's foe. I'm just thinking like what somebody said that this global affairs analyst says Russia is ready to defend itself with nuclear weapons if it feels threatened enough. A development that requires more concerted effort, not only from the UN, but other countries like Africa.
The United Nations have been largely impotent in addressing these two major conflicts of our time, which had seen tremendous loss of life. Like you know, Gaza is a waste city today. Why is it difficult to secure a ceasefire in Gaza? Because of veto wielded by the 5 permanent members. If we do not have the physical power, we should weigh in with the moral authority. Africa is the only part of the world without nuclear weapon. We must not allow those who has it to take us down along with them.
The human cost of the war should be a deterrent enough to make countries agree on the ceasefire. Russia alone is said to have recorded over 500,000 deaths of its troops. How many more persons will then die before the world finds a way to negotiate peace between Russia and Ukraine? Given the impacts of this war around the world and how hard it has been to reach a negotiation, Saudi Arabia at the Ukraine Peace Conference in Switzerland advised that both countries need to come to a compromise and shift ground. That may be the only solution at sight. Moyo Thomas, TVC News, Abuja.